Good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of TheCaliEffect, King of Games. And today you guys are going to be seeing another match of epic proportion. You are going to be watching Paleozoic Frog, piloted by me, against Xander's Dark Magician deck. Now, if you guys want to see a competitive Dark Magician deck for the February 1st or February 5th, 2018 format, then go ahead and destroy that like button. Let's try to get to 100 likes for this video. And trust me, those likes really let us as content creators know that you guys want to see the video. So even if it takes a second out of your time, go ahead and please hit that like button. So Xander's going to start off with Spellbook Magician of Prophecy to add Spellbook of Secrets, and then the Spellbook of Secrets to add Spellbook of Knowledge. Now, this combo is pretty important to the deck because it allows him to draw into the important cards that he needs, whether it be Dark Magical Circle, Eternal Soul, or even Dark Magician monsters. I do agree with this in his particular build, mainly because it does allow you to open up with so many plays at the cost of your normal summon, something that the Dark Magician deck doesn't really have a lot of. So he's going to use the Spellbook of Knowledge to send the Spellbook Magician of Prophecy, and now he's going to discard a Dark Renewal to special summon Apprentice Illusion Magician to your side of the field, and that is also another amazing card. By pitching a card from your hand to the graveyard, you can add one Dark Magician card and special summon this card from your hand to your side of the field. So essentially, it allows you to go deeper into your deck, getting into those important cards. But even more importantly, this card activates or acts as damage control, giving your monsters a boost when they battle. So it's a pretty damn good card. And I have to thank that it got reprinted inside of the Legendary Dragon decks. Now, Xander is going to follow up with 3 cards face down. And a quick question of the day, I want to know how you guys feel about this particular view. We did change up the view, and I actually changed up a lot of things when it comes to recording, and we wanted to get you guys a top-down view. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section. So I'm going to go ahead and activate Pot of Desires, banishing 10 cards from my deck to draw 2 cards. Now, a lot of people say that's terrible. Other people will say that's pivotal. And the reason why is because it grants the Paleozoic deck deeper access into the deck at the cost of banishing 10 cards that you probably wouldn't see if you had a bad hand. So I'm going to set 5 back row face down, and he's going to start chewing away with it with Cosmic Cyclones, hitting the Waboku and the Imperial Order. Those are 2 huge cards, really huge plays for Xander to banish said cards on my side of the field, mainly because the Imperial Order could essentially shut him down, and the Waboku can buy me another turn. So really trying to see what else he's going to do, if he has any other cards that he could use, and he looks like, yes, he's going to use Magician's Navigation, and this card's pretty good, allowing him to special summon Dark Magician, and then in another monster, which is going to be Magician of Dark Illusion to his side of the field. So he just turned his 1 monster board into 3 fairly easily, and the ability to manipulate his Magician of Dark Illusions effects. We'll talk about that a little later against my 1 measly monster. Now back into his turn, he's going to activate Cosmic Cyclone, targeting the middle card, and I'm going to chain Paleozoic Dinomachus. Now, there is a slight misplay in this game. I actually didn't banish the Dinomachus, and that's going to be a pretty big turning point to this game. Unfortunately, we didn't just catch it. I don't know what made us think any different of catching it, but it just didn't happen. And you really have to pay attention to certain cards on the field. It happens during competitive events. Stuff like that does happen. So we're going to say that it has a little bit more genuineness to this game. So I'm going to go ahead and draw and pass a turn, and Xander is still in a really good position, having monsters on the side of the field. The Ronnie Boy saved me with 2,000 defense, and this time the Waboku is going to save this time around. What it does is that I take no battle damage from an opponent's monsters this turn, and my monsters cannot be destroyed by battle. It also allows me to chain my Paleozoic trap cards and special summon them to my side of the field. So it's really good for the deck. Somebody actually pointed out that Threatening Roar was a better choice because you could not get evenly matched. Now, you guys are hearing this from me, but you can still evenly match even if your opponent does Threatening Roar you. And reasoning is because you can still enter your battle phase, and you can still go to the end of your battle phase, meaning you can still activate evenly matched. So back to my turn. As you guys can see, I'm going to use the illegally summoned Dinomachus and the Ronin Totem, which probably could have been fixed with an Oleanders being special summoned through a trap card. So I don't think it's that terrible. I'm going to use both of those monsters to possibly make a Totally Awesome, which would be totally awesome, mainly because Totally Awesome's attack is actually over both monsters. So it'd be pretty interesting to see. what Totally Awesome does is a lot of great effects, being able to negate cards, snatch cards, and do all types of damage. Now that I think about it, it's very smart that I attack over the Apprentice Illusion Magician and not the Magician of Dark Illusion, because the Apprentice Illusion Magician could make itself, or could make the Dark Illusion Magician stronger than my Totally Awesome. So getting over that card, inflicting 200 damage to my opponent, and then special summoning Dupe Frog on his standby phase is pretty pivotal, mainly because Dupe Frog prevents him from just straight attacking into my Swap Frog, provided he does have a strong enough monster. And then Totally Awesome could send the Dupe Frog to the graveyard to negate a card and snatch said card. So he's going to use the Magician of Dark Illusion to attack over the Dupe Frog, and that's probably going to get me going because it searches a frog monster from my deck to my hand, namely Swap Frog. And now the deck is now starting to roll, where Xander's resources are dwindling just a little bit. He's gonna need something to get him back in this game, and he does have it. It's a Magician's Rod, and that is going to be met by anything. No, he's gonna use the effect. And oh, mistake. So there is that card that could have been used on the end phase anyways after Oleandus that would have special summoned the Dino Mission. So it's not a complete terrible misplay. It still will give us back into the game, but mistake is critical. That is really crucial to stopping the Magician's Rod from searching the cards that he needs to continuously play the game. So I have to say that that is just sauce, being able to prevent searching from the opponent's side of the field. So I'm going to go ahead and normal summon Swap Frog, and then use Swap Frog's effect to send a frog monster from my deck to my graveyard, namely another Swap Frog, seeing that I have Dupe Frog or Ronin Totem into my graveyard, possibly using Ronin Totem to banish the special summon and checking my banished monsters. I think this time around Desires didn't give me all of the great banishes that it normally does, but it didn't really hurt me too bad. It just made me be a little more cautious with my plays. I'm going to use Swap Frog and the Totally Awesome Magma Starboy, triggering off the Swap Frog, allowing me to add a water card from my deck to my hand. Now this time around, I'm going to add Swap Frog again, and then probably ditch Swap Frog to summon Swap Frog from my deck to my side of the field, or maybe not. Maybe I didn't do that. I'm going to banish Swap Frog to summon Ronin Totem, and then use both of those monsters for a Totally Awesome. So now we have Totally Awesome and Miss Starboy on the field against his Magician of Dark Illusion and his Magician Rods. Easy targets for those monsters to wipe over. I'm going to set another card face down and then pass it back to Xander. And resources aren't looking really great. As we can see, I think he drew another Magician's Rod. And unfortunately, Mistake is still active. Really pivotal, because keep in mind, if both of those Magician Rods were allowed to activate, he would have been able to search Dark Magical Circle, which could have netted him another card, and as well as a Magician's Navigation or Eternal Soul, which would have allowed him to keep special summoning Dark Magicians to his side of the field. So he is not in a good position. Now keep in mind, it wasn't a mistake that I didn't use Totally Awesome. I actually banished all my frogs, so yeah. I'm going to summon a Paleozoic card by activating Anti-Spell Fragrance, and then using both the Paleozoic card and the Swap Frog to make either another Totally Awesome or just Diagusto Phoenix, which should be enough for game. Now I do apologize for not having calculators in this particular video. I don't know what we were thinking. We were so excited to show you guys the top-down view, which again, go ahead and comment down in the comment section. How do you guys like that top-down view? But I'm going to go ahead and summon Diagusto Emerald, detaching the Oleandus, being able to attack, and that's going to be game. In the next game, you know what? I think I should do it. Let's go ahead and do it. Boop! We're going to go ahead and have those calculators. Now, I know actually in post-production, it's going to be a little harder for me to see the calculators, but you guys should still be able to see all of the cards with ease. Again, let us know how you feel. He's going to start off, Xander's going to start off by summoning a Princess Illusion Magician by discarding Dark Magician from his hand to the graveyard, and that's going to net him another Dark Magician to his hand, possibly setting up for a really good play. Now, I'm a little nervous about this because last time he opened 3 Cosmic Cyclones against me, so that's pretty freaking crazy. And hopefully I don't get Cosmic Cyclone again. I'm not going to say that that's the end-all be-all to the Paleozoic strategy, but it is a really good card against Paleozoics and disrupting their strategies alike. He's going to follow up with 3 cards face down and then pass his turn. And now I do have the 6th card, but again, I get to go second, which isn't something that the Paleo strategy doesn't want to do. So looking at my hand, looks like I have a Swap Frog in hand, and I'm probably more inclined to summon it and do something with it unless I have maybe, I don't know, a Spellbook Magician of Prophecy to start off. I'd probably rather start off with a Spellbook Magician of Prophecy to dig deeper into the cards, and if I happen to draw a water monster, then sweet, I can get both cards for basically nothing. So that's exactly how I'm going to start. Spellbook Magician of Prophecy is going to be met with Magician's Navigation. Really interesting to summon Dark Magician off the way, but Magician's Navigation is a great card. Being able to special summon Dark Magician from your hand and then a Spellcaster monster from his deck to a side of the field. But then again, its more important effect is that you can banish it to negate a card effect, and that's really good, mainly because against the Paleozoic deck, not only can he activate that or use that card in the graveyard to negate one of my trap cards, since it isn't an activating trap card, I can't chain a Paleozoic to its graveyard effect. So he basically gets a 2-for-1 inside of the Magician Navigation strategy. Now I'm going to go ahead and use Spellbook of Knowledge to draw 2 more additional cards, hopefully getting into what I need, but no, we're just going to set 5 back row again. And there goes that Cosmic Cyclone. And another Cosmic Cyclone. Where is this man getting Cosmic Cyclones from? And then Magician of Dark Illusion effect activates, allowing him to special summon Dark Magician from the graveyard. That is freaking insane. All those effects being applied all at one time. It looks like we're going to be forcing a game 3, or Xander's going to be forcing a game 3 with all of these monsters. He's going to switch his monsters to attack, and then it looks like he's going to attack with every single one of them, hitting both the Waboku and the Candina. And yes, Dark Magicians are forcing game 3. That was a freaking exciting game 3. Dark Magician easily able to OTK Paleozoic even after seeing all of the back row and getting rid of them with the pivotal card Cosmic Cyclone. Now I'm going to start off, first time going first, Spellbook Magician of Prophecy to a Spellbook of Secrets to a Spellbook of Knowledge to draw 2 more additional cards from my deck to my hand. Now that's pretty important because it allows me to get deeper into my cards yet again, but I'm gonna go ahead and follow up with 5 cards face down. Unfortunately, no monsters, none of the Paleozoic trap card, or none of the swap frog combos, nothing that you guys can see. Hopefully some Paleozoic trap cards. So he's gonna activate Magician, Apprentice Illusion Magician, and I'm debating if I should stop that card, mainly because it's a really good card, allowing him to tutor into what he needs when he needs it. I think that this game is going to be debated on not necessarily who went first, but who can grind out the best cards. He's going to discard Illusion Magic for his cost, and I'm going to chain the Paleozoic Morella to the Apprentice Illusion Magician, and that's going to send a card from my deck to my graveyard. Now, is it Lost Wind, or could it be something else? Could it be a Paleozoic card to use? Yes, it's going to be the Bakaya, and Bakaya is probably the best Paleozoic card to send when you don't have any Paleozoic cards to get rid of. So the Magician Girl is going to summon herself, and I think he's attempting to activate the effect to search, and I'm not 100% sure if the Apprentice Illusion Magician is all one effect. Let me check out right now really quick. No, they are 2 separate effects. One discarding the special summon, the second allowing him to search a Dark Magician if it's normal summon or special summon. So Lost Wind is not only going to have Apprentice Illusion Magician Girl's attack, if there are no responses, it looks like a Paleozoic monster is going to be summoned to my side of the field, and it's stronger than the Apprentice Illusion Magician. So Xander is in a pretty interesting predicament, seeing that now I have 1 piece to the puzzle on the board. He's going to use Spellbook of Knowledge, sending the Apprentice Illusion Magician Girl from his field to the graveyard, and then he's going to normal summon Magician's Rod. Now, Rod's effect is going to activate, and that's probably going to get him, yes, it's going to get him a Dark Magical Circle from his deck to his hand. A Dark Magical Circle is a really powerful card. It's actually one of the best cards to the Dark Magician strategy. He's going to go ahead and think about playing the Dark Magical Circle. I think that there's no better way than to activate it. And yes, so let's highlight it right now. What it does is you get to look at the top 3 cards of his deck, and then 1 card that is either Dark Magician or listed Dark Magician goes from his deck to his hand. Furthermore, if a Dark Magician is summoned once per turn, normal summon or special summon, he gets to banish a card on my side of the field. So really good control card that allows him to get rid of really pivotal cards or cards that are really problematic for him, and as well as being able to control the board. So he's going to go ahead, and it looks like he sets back row. I'm not sure if he's going to enter his battle phase and try to attack over the Morella. Maybe he's scared of my monsters or my back row. He's going to use the rod to attack. No, he's not scared. And it looks like I'm going to chain the Candina, setting the monsters face down, and then chaining a Paleozoic. And that's going to make enough monsters for Totally Awesome. So it looks like Magician's Rod is going, or I'm sorry, an Eternal Soul or whatever is probably going to have to use its effects immediately to stop this Totally Awesome from coming out, because this deck is totally awesome. For the people that want to see the Toad deck profile, I mean, I think I already said it, but go ahead and click on the annotation. That's going to take you to the deck profile. It's really saucy. So Totally Awesome is going to be one with a Solemn Strike. Oh my, that is nasty. That's probably a momentum changer for this strategy. But Totally Awesome is going to pay for itself since it still was sent to the graveyard. It's going to activate the Spellbook Magician of Prophecy from my graveyard to my hand. Now I'm going to normal summon Spellbook Magician of Prophecy, and then he's going to chain, I'm sorry, he's using the Magician of Dark Illusion to the Solemn Warning, and then he's going to Ash Blossom the Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. So now I am in trouble. This is trouble with a capital T. My complete play was disrupted by two really well-timed cards. Solemn Strike to the Totally Awesome, and then an Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring to the Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. So I really don't know what to say much about this. This could be out of Paleo's favor. There's a little bit left. I think the Magician's Rod is actually weak enough to be ran over the Spellbook Magician, which it is. So a little bit of solace into that, knowing that the Spellbook Magician of Prophecy could get over the Rod, and I don't have to deal with two decently sized monsters. So on the standby phase, Anti-Spell Fragrance is going to be activated, and that's going to possibly put Xander in a pretty bad situation, seeing that his cards cannot be activated, his spell cards cannot be used without setting them first. Now, I apologize, that was a little phone notification. Hopefully I'm going to set my phone to silent so it doesn't happen again. Yeah, and we got that. No, he's going to chain the Illusion Magic to the Anti-Spell Fragrance, tributing his Dark Magician of, or Magician of Illusion to add Dark Magicians from his deck to his hand. Now, it's pretty important that he does that because those monsters are not Dark Magician in the hand or graveyard. So if he does have an Eternal Soul face down, he needs those Dark Magicians, and Illusion Magic was the perfect card to search said Dark Magicians. Now, if he's able to get off this Illusion Magic, we might be in some trouble, which he's gonna actually use the Eternal Soul. Do I have a response to the Eternal Soul to stop him? And this is probably the most pivotal play, and yes, Dinomicious is going to be activated, pitching a card and targeting the Eternal Soul, and also a Paleo monster being summoned. This game is crazy. Now, it looks like Xander has no cards to counter the monsters on the field currently. It looks like a play might be made. Now, Totally Awesome can't be made with Spellbook Magician of Prophecy, but Miss Starboy can be made, and if there's any other cards that can be used, then yes, there can be some plays made. So looking back at this game, it has been so many toss and turns, so many twists between this game, inside of this game 3, and I think that this was the most exciting part. Wow, Paleozoic Lean is going to be activated, returning the Eternal Soul, and then chaining a trap card. Wow, that is freaking awesome. Very smart play, and that is enough to get the Totally Awesome on the board. Wow, that was smart. The Lean of putting a non-banished card from your side of the field just so you can chain the other Lean, and then attacking for 2,700 damage. Totally Awesome is going to activate its effect to special summon Dupe Frog to my side of the field, and it looks like we have the Dupe block. He cannot attack into the Spellbook Magician of Prophecy, or he can't attack into the Totally Awesome without dealing with the, that's right, Dupe Frog first. And with Spellbook, or I'm sorry, with Anti-Spell Fragrance on the field, it looks like he doesn't have quick access to his spells, which is a Cosmic Cyclone. This game seems to be over. Wow, that is so crazy. Paleozoic making the clutch play that it could to get rid of the Eternal Soul and also provide advantage in space for the deck itself. I'm not saying that it was a bad play to get rid of the Magician of Dark Illusion. Maybe it was a little bit hasty. Maybe he could have sat on top of it, but looking at my field presence, my hand presence, maybe it was the best play to get rid of the illusion and try to push for an aggressive push. He's going to use Cosmic Cyclone to banish the Anti-Spell Fragrance, and then special summon Magician of Dark Illusion to a side of the field, 2,500 defense, so he does have that monster on the field. Does the TheCaliEffect have a counter? And yes, I'm going to use the Totally Awesome. Or no, the Totally Awesome is going to negate the Magician of Dark Illusions effect to summon itself and then take it. That's pretty nasty. That actually might make an opening for the Paleozoic to take this game. Duke Frog is going to be summoned. Both monsters are going to be link summoned into a Mastar Boy, and possibly both Duke Frogs are going to be used as an XC summon for Totally Awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect. If you guys want to see more deck profiles, more duels, hit that subscribe button. Also, we have some special duels for Patreon. Shout out to my guys that have been supporting me through buying, selling, trading, or Patreon. You guys are fucking awesome. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy.